Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Mad Church Disease Podcast. I am your humble host and servant, Marcellus McMillan, and I am thrilled that you are joining me on today. We have most certainly a pop-up live in the middle of the day for you guys today, and we're going to be doing this all throughout the month and all throughout the trial of Sean P. Diddy Combs. We are going to be discussing the P. Diddy Combs trial on today, and that is what we're going to be highlighting in this particular video on today. What I'm going to be doing, guys, is I'm going to be taking you back and I'm going to bring you forward to today, and then tonight we're going to give you all the updates on the case so that we are clear over here on the Mad Church Disease channel and there is no confusion. If you are new to my channel, please understand that this particular channel deals with all sorts of church related topics, hot topics. We deal with whatever is going on as far as the drama that is going on in the Christian community, but we also deal with hot topics as well. So we typically do those shows every evening, normally around 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and around 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I want you guys, if you are unfamiliar with the channel, to please make sure that you support the channel. I may come up, Sharon, that is my business. So yes, that's probably me, because that is the name of my business. But yeah, that's the name of my business. So hopefully it will, but the Cash App, the new Cash App information is on the screen for you guys. So that way I take it that's why you're asking me the question, Sharon, but it is MJM Enterprises, because I have to do everything now. I've got to switch everything over. So that way we understand and we keep everything organized and so forth. All right. So thank you guys so very much for supporting the channel. I really do appreciate it. If you're new to my channel, there are links in the description below for all of the music, all of the stuff that is covered here. There's a link to address if you are interested in YouTube. We have a class coming up on tomorrow where we're going to be talking about YouTube revenue. You can still get in on that class. There'll be a link in the description, and you can actually sign up for that class today. Now, all right, understand what the moderator is communicating. This is not a church show. This is a show about your raggedy church. We discuss all sorts of issues over here, and my goal is to keep you updated so that you are fully aware of everything that's going on. Now, if you want to know every time I'm going live, if you want to be updated, the link tube address will give you a way that you can subscribe to our newsletter, and you can sign up to our newsletter and be all set up for that. Shout out to those of you that are already supporting the program. So I really do appreciate that. I see some of y'all are doing it. All right. So I appreciate that. So thank y'all so very much. So if shout out to Miss T. Miss T, thank you so very much for your love and support of the Mad Church Disease channel. Now, for the rest of the day, if I can just get 9 others of you to support the channel, but on this show, if we can get at least 4 more of you to support the show with at least $10, we will have met our budget for this particular program. Thank y'all so much. All right, now let's get into the Sean P. Diddy Combs. If you have been living under a rock, then you are unaware that one of America's most foremost music moguls has been in a trial. The trial began on yesterday, May the 12th, in the federal court in the Southern District of New York. And I have made a ton of notes here, ladies and gentlemen, so you guys are going to have to stick with me, and I'm going to have a little bit of surprises for you. So y'all want to stick around, because y'all know the Mad Church Disease is a researcher and pulls up some information. Shout out to K Rich, and thank y'all all for joining. Make sure y'all share this program out as well. If you're, like I said, if you're living under a rock, now I wanted to go live with this trial every day when they went live, but apparently, I guess if it's in federal court, there are no cameras allowed in the federal court. The only thing they allow you to see is some horrible drawings. I mean, you get these horrible sketches. I mean, just some horrible sketches. But we're going to try to give you up-to-date information on what's going on. What's up, Mary? And thank you for the purple hearts, Mary. I'm going to get into it because my goal is to only keep you here for less than an hour. I want to give you all the updates, and then we're going to come back tonight. We're going to do our normal Hot Topics program, and then we're going to go from there. Okay. All right. So now I want you to be clear on what Sean P. Diddy Combs is being charged with. He's being charged with sex trafficking, racketeering, conspiracy, transportation for prostitution, abuse of women amongst others. Okay. Now, I want you to understand and put this into context, ladies and gentlemen. The trial follows multiple lawsuits, raids of his home. He has been arrested. People have been arrested in conjunction with this case, indictments, and this began in November of 2023. We are now on May the 13th of 2025. So that gives you an indication of how long this has been going on in the life of P. Diddy. Now, they began this case, ladies and gentlemen, with trying to make sure that they had their jury selected. And the jury was finalized with 8 men, 4 women, 6 alternate jurors. There were 2 women and 4 men. Understand something. This is a man-heavy case. There are men on this case who are going to be trying to compartmentalize and get all of this information understood so that way they can make a profound decision in the life of Sean P. Diddy Combs. Now, I am being told that there are 4 black men out of those 8 men, which I find to be amazing. Normally, which is the point I want to make to you, normally the prosecutors will typically try and get rid of all of the black people. If you have ever gone in a federal court or you have ever gone to a court that required a jury to be selected, what you will find is you will find that any Negro that walks up into that courtroom that is trying to serve on any jury, 9 times out of 10, they are going to send him packing. Yes, they're going to send them packing. I have seen it with my own eyes. Don't you wear no cross around your neck. Don't you have no Jesus pendant. Don't you have no cross ring. Don't you wear nothing that looks like you might be a Christian, because they gonna send you out. Okay. According to Daryl Moore says it's 4 black women, 4 black women, 4 black men, and 4 white men. Are you include? So that's supposed to make up the whole jury and not the alternates. I don't know. I'm going by what my sources are giving me. These are people that were actually in the courtroom. I'm just telling you what my sources told me. These are people that are actually in the courtroom. I got a source. Okay. So let me tell you, let me go on because I got my notes and I need to read my notes. Okay. The defense actually challenged the prosecution's, trying to get rid of all of the black folks. Okay, so that's normally what happens in court, ladies and gentlemen. If you get jury duty, they're going to try to get rid of you. Now, let me tell you, because I do research and I like to know what I'm talking about. When they do that, actually, the defense can challenge it, and it is called the Batson challenge. That's Batson. So the legal term for that is called the Batson challenge. So when people try and get rid of all of the black people on a jury, then you need to understand that there's something called the Batson challenge, and you need to be telling your lawyer and the people, why didn't you challenge that? Because it's called the Batson challenge. I just want to go there. Y'all know I'm a researcher. I do my homework. Let's move on. Now, various jurors were dismissed due to potential bias. Some of them had a lot of criminal history. I don't know why in the world you would show up to a jury and think that you're going to sit on the jury and you got a whole criminal history. That just is not going to work, ladies and gentlemen. I get tickled just when I think about that. Okay, so they had a whole bunch of criminals showing up. And y'all just wait till I show y'all some stuff, because I got some stuff I want to show y'all in a minute. And amongst other reasons. Now, I want to talk to you guys about a notable disappointment. Some favored jurors. There was, I guess, a woman on there named Wanda Steeler. She was not selected. Some people were favoring her and wanted her to be on the jury. And so I guess she's a notable person, but they did not want her on. They wanted her on, but for some odd reason, they were not able to get her on there. Now, let's talk a little bit about what was going on in the courtroom, because I want to give you guys a full picture of what's going on. Something now, K. Rich says, let me see what K. Rich says here. Well, I guess it depends on the court and the lawyers. It's thousands of courts in America. They aren't all the same. Every county and jurisdiction is different. It's also about who shows up. Now, K Rich, that goes without saying. I realize that it's dependent upon who shows up. And yes, but overwhelmingly, African American people are not sitting on jurors, just so that you understand. Even in places where black people are overwhelmingly the majority of the people, especially like in Alabama and places down there in Georgia and some of them other states, they make up the majority of the people, but they don't even sit on the jury. They don't even get to sit on the jury. I'm just saying. Well, K Rich, you over here with the Mad Church Disease channel. This is where I give out information and understanding, and I tell you I have sources. So you just Hirsch and get the information. That's what you do. Hirsch and get the information. I love you, K Rich. K Rich, you crack me up. Let me tell you why you crack me up. You remind me of somebody, K Rich, but you are hilarious. All right, and you owe me a lunch when I come to Texas too. That's what you told me. I'm gonna be there in not too many months. But anyway, y'all know I'm a hoop. So let's talk about you didn't do nothing. You ain't do nothing. You didn't do nothing. You didn't do nothing. I'm just joking. I'm just laughing because you're hilarious. That's why. Because you remind me of somebody and you're funny. But let me go on. Okay. Let me go on. So here's what happened inside the court. From what I was told, they were clamoring to get up in this place. This place, people was pushing each other. They were shoving each other. There was a whole lot of stuff going on. They had trouble even getting into this courtroom, you guys. Most people have referred to this as a complete madhouse. When I tell you this thing, what these people were shoving, doing all kinds of crazy, man. That's what was going on with this trial. Okay, let's go on. Now, when Sean showed up in the court, ladies and gentlemen, they said he seemed to be a little bit jovial. He seemed like his spirits was up. You know, he looked okay. They said he was wearing some casual clothes. I wonder, was it P. Diddy clothes he was wearing? I wonder, was it P. Diddy clothes he was wearing? Because I love Sean P. Diddy clothes, by the way. He makes some beautiful stuff for men, by the way. I used to own a lot of Diddy's clothes because he really do make nice pieces for men. Now, it's a little bit on the expensive side, but it's nice. It's really nice stuff. And he appeared in the court, ladies and gentlemen. He was reading the Bible. That's what you do, ladies and gentlemen, when you have sex parties laced with baby oil, because they say the baby oil was laced with something. They weren't able to kind of figure out what exactly it was laced with, but ladies and gentlemen, it was laced. And so you be up in the courtroom reading your Bible. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. Oh, Jesus. He maketh me. You know how you do when you get yourself into trouble. Shout out to all of you that are watching. Please make sure y'all hit the like button. So that's what he was doing. He was holding on to the word of God. Okay, now let me tell you who was in the courtroom. Of course, yesterday, Cassie showed up yesterday for the first day. She's also a plaintiff/victim in this case. Little Rod Jones, he's a plaintiff in a related lawsuit. He ain't even attached to this particular court case, but Little Rod brought his little behind up in the courtroom. He was there. Mark Garagos, who's a defense attorney, he was also there. Karen Pingno, I can't even say her name, who was a wife of Mark Agnello. She was also in there. Doug Wigner, who's representing Cassie. Quincy Brown, who happens to be Diddy's son, was also there. And pretty much a lot of Sean P. Diddy's family was also in the courtroom, ladies and gentlemen. That includes his mother, Janice, as well as the children. Now, let me tell you who else was in the courtroom, ladies and gentlemen. There was a media figure. Lisa Bloom and Gloria Allred was also present. Now, what the hell is Gloria Allred doing up in there? And see, this is why I tell y'all, you know what she's doing? She's looking for clients. She's looking for victims. She wants somebody to come up and say, oh, I was a victim of P. Diddy, so she can come out and do some more pile on. This is what they do, ladies and gentlemen. This is the circus of this situation. Boy, y'all wait till I show y'all something in a minute. Y'all wait till I show y'all something in a minute. Y'all wait. All right. So they started off, of course, you know, the U.S. attorney, her name is Emily Johnson. When she began with her opening statements, ladies and gentlemen, she started off with saying that P. Diddy is a cultural icon. She says that he led a criminal enterprise for over 20 years. She says that that P. Diddy also kidnapped people. She said that P. Diddy committed arson. She said that he was a drug trafficker. She said that he had a whole bunch of sex crimes and he was trying to obstruct justice. She started off her statement starting and focusing on Cassie, because all of this started, ladies and gentlemen, and has surrounded itself around Cassie. Yes, arson. Yes, arson. That is correct. Stick with the Mad Church Disease channel. Y'all know I don't mess around over here. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Now, what they started off with is they started all off with all of the stuff that Cassie stated. Now, this is the other part of this that really sort of irritates my soul and gets me. And this is where a lot of us are going to have some disagreements as it surrounds this case, ladies and gentlemen, because a lot of this stuff starts with the salaciousness and the emotionalness around this case. And this is one of the reasons why I cannot stand when the media and they try these cases in the media. Drives me nuts. Oh, well, the Holy Spirit just dropped something on me, so let me stop right now. For those of you that support the channel, I just wanted to let you know my sugar levels are in the normal range. I'm down to 137. Whoop, whoop. Just so that you know, just that quick, I was able to sort of regulate things because I do eat a lot of healthy stuff. Now, for those of you that are unfamiliar with my channel, this might seem like a blip, but for those of you that are familiar, I wanted to tell y'all what happened. You know how the doctor tells you not to eat or drink anything when you go to the doctor, and you're not supposed to eat nothing, and you know, so that you can do your test and all that stuff. You know how you're supposed to do that? Well, my dumb behind didn't do that, and I ate what I wanted to eat the night before, and that's why my levels was through the roof and upset and through the roof. Okay, so they are normal right now. God is good, and I'm grateful for that. I did do a little bit of grocery shopping. I'll talk to you guys a little bit later about that later tonight. I ain't forget. I did kind of forget. Yeah, I did forget. I ain't gonna lie, I forgot. I did. I'm gonna tell y'all tonight what I was eating so y'all can be mad at me, but let's go on. I'm cracking up at my stupid self. Moving right along. But they did focus in on all of Cassie's stuff. Okay. So here's the first thing that they said. That he hunted Cassie down. They said that he literally was stalking Cassie. From what I understand, ladies and gentlemen, he met Cassie when she was 17 years old. They're claiming that they didn't do anything until she was of age, ladies and gentlemen. Me personally, I don't believe that because I just know how these ninjas move out of him in these little streets, and sinners do what sinners do, and it is what it is, and so they do what they do, right? So understand something. According to the court records and according to what was said, the folks said, the attorney Emily Johnson said he hunted her down. He also at one particular time forced entry into her apartment, and he violently assaulted her. So that's what the situation is. And you know, Londa, and we're going to have us a real good conversation in a little bit, because tonight I want to bring out some more points. I just want to give y'all the information so I can get back to my work day, so I can try to put about 3-4 good hours worth of work in, because I got to send some emails to Mary and some other people that I was supposed to do yesterday that I didn't do. So I'm trying to catch up. Okay, so that's what the situation is. So if it seems like I'm talking fast, I am, because I'm trying to get y'all out of here within 1 hour, give y'all all the updates so we can go. So this is going to be real quick. Okay. Emily also provided evidence, including a surveillance video showing that Intercontinental Hotel beating. So she started the day off with the video. So the video came into play, ladies and gentlemen, immediately. So the prosecuting attorneys are trying to hit people with the emotion of all of this from jump. Okay. So they don't want you to think about the whole parameter of the case. And this is why having good attorneys is very important. And P. Diddy does have some good attorneys. He actually has one of the attorneys from the RICO trial down there on Young Thug. And I can't remember the guy's name right now. Maybe one of y'all can remember that attorney's name for me right now. But the attorney that was really good for Young Thug was Young Thug's actual attorney. I just can't remember right now. She also described the freak off parties. Y'all know everybody loves these freak off parties. She talked about the fact that he was hiring escorts and there was drugs involved. She focused in on the sexual activity and she's claiming that Diddy orchestrated all of this sexual activity. Now let me ask you a question. If I invite you over and you do whatever you do, is that me orchestrating it? Is that me orchestrating it? Orchestrating, I don't know. I don't know. Is that orchestrating? I don't know. I don't know. Brian Steele, thank you so very much, Mary. Brian Steele. Brian Steele is also one of P. Diddy's attorneys, and he was just added on at the very end. Oh, this trial gonna get interesting before it's over with. Y'all watch what I tell you. If I know Brian Steele gonna chip away at all of this bull jive, and he going to chip away, and he gonna make the prosecution, and he gonna make these people in New York very upset. But let's go on and continue, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta go on. They also introduced a Jane Doe. Ladies and gentlemen, this is supposed to be alleged victim number 2, who happens to be a single mom involved in this ongoing sexual encounter. Okay, and she was supposed to be coerced to do all of this stuff. They also emphasize abuse, coercion, and they said that it was a racketeering nature and had a racketeering enterprise. Now, let me tell you how they're defining the racketeering side of this, because I think this is very pivotal for you to understand. So let's say, K. Rich, I'm going to use you as an example. We'll say I'm P. Diddy and K. Rich is my assistant. K. Rich is my assistant. I'm P. Diddy. K. Rich is the assistant. So I tell K. Rich, hey, K. Rich, I need you. I'm giving you a grocery list of stuff to go buy. I need some baby oil. I need some blankets. I need this, that, and the other, this, that, and the other. Go buy these things, right? They're saying that because I told K. Rich to go buy this stuff, that I am participating in racketeering. And also, sometimes they try to put K. Rich into the racketeering stuff. But unfortunately, for some odd reason, they didn't add K. Rich into the racketeering situation. They just put me in all by myself. But they literally said that he used his entire business, his employees, and all of his folks to facilitate a racketeering enterprise. Y'all listen to me very carefully. They're going to tear that up in court. Y'all listen to me. If I know my stuff, and I think I know my stuff, they're going to tear that up in court. That is going to be a heavily contentious situation when they have to deal with that and tear that up in court, because that makes no sense. If I tell K. Rich to go buy something and she's just my employee, and she goes out and she buys what I told her to buy, she is not privy to a racketeering. That doesn't fall under the racketeering statute. That's why that racketeering thing, they're gonna have trouble with that racketeering. But let's move on. Let's move on, because y'all know I got a whole lot of stuff to talk about. It was factual. They said everything was true, but they said the lady Emily who delivered it, they said she sounded like a librarian and she was just reading off the information. There was no emotion tied to her stuff. She just read it. ... So no emotion. She just read the facts. And honestly, if you're going to move a jury, if you're going to move people, you would think that you would have some emotion. They said that lady didn't have no emotion. Moving right along. So then the defense folks got up. So the defense people got up. Now this is the real bush. Okay. I hate to say it, but I got to call a spade a spade. I'm just saying. They painted Diddy as an honest man. Stop right there. They said he was flawed, but he just saying, that's what they say. They say he was a flawed man, but he had a lot of complex relationships. The relationships was not steeped in sexual activity, but they were complex. Ladies and gentlemen, I love for people to define what they mean by complex, because that's going to be some good information when we find that out. I'm moving right on along. Now, they also argue. Yeah. And you know what, Moni? And I can get that, but my thing is this, but you defining it as racketeering. You define it as, but in order to say that I have an ongoing criminal enterprise, an enterprise is made up of multiple people, not one person. You can't run a criminal enterprise just by yourself. Where they do that at? Where they do that? Donald Trump, 34 counts with his criminal enterprise. He ran that enterprise with the help of several other people. That's why they went to jail. I'm just saying. Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. Now the defense attorney Tenney argued that the prosecuting was misrepresenting that most of those people was consenting adults, and they were trying to say that this was criminal sex trafficking and racketeering. So the defense attorney immediately harped on the fact of what they were talking about as it relates to the criminal sex and the trafficking and the racketeering part. That's what they did. Now, the defense attorney also started off by dealing with Diddy's temper. They said, listen, we know that he's got a temper. We know that he flies off of the handle, but that's just because he's on drugs. He's in love with the cocoa. He's in love with the cocoa. So the defense attorney, y'all know I'm a goofball. Hey, Leah. So the defense attorney started off by saying he's in love with the cocoa. So, and this was a good strategy too, by the way. So they're sort of disarming the prosecution. So they're starting to lead off with the stuff that's, that they need to lead off with, right? So they said, hey, he's on drugs. He's a very jealous person. That's what the defense said. They said he's steeped in jealousy. He gets jealous very easily. And y'all know who gets jealous really easily? Insecure people. People who are insecure get jealous. Isn't it funny how you can have all the money in the world and be a jealous, insecure person? So now you're going to learn out why he's so obnoxiously, and he's always saying all of this crazy stuff. I'm the man. I'm the best. I do, y'all remember, because when I was on St. James's program last night, if y'all didn't watch St. James, by the way, y'all need to go watch St. James. So last night when I was on St. James program, one of the things that came up in my mind that I didn't have a chance to say was the fact that y'all remember when P. Diddy was hosting the BET Awards that one year when he first started promoting that liquor brand that I used to drink that I can't remember the name of. What was the name of that liquor that he used to? Y'all tell me what the name of that liquor was that all of us used to drink that he no longer is in business with. We all used to drink that liquor. Everybody love that. Because wasn't it a tequila? Ciroc, right? Y'all remember when he thank you so much, Mary. All y'all quick draws. I appreciate y'all so much. That's right, Ciroc. That's it. Ciroc. So y'all listen here. Well, y'all remember the year he hosted the BET Awards, and he kept coming up in everybody's interview, holding on to the Ciroc bottle. Ciroc. I'm the man. I got Ciroc. You need to go get you some Ciroc. Now I realize he's a good promotional guy and hype man, but at the end of the day, P. Diddy is obnoxious, and he's obnoxious according to the prosecution. According to the defense, his own defense attorney, is because he is a very jealous individual. I'm just saying that's what his own attorney said, and I agree, because that type of behavior that he exhibits a lot of times says jealousy. Okay, but they said there was no criminal intent or trafficking at all. They also highlighted the payments that were made to women from time to time for the time that they spent with him and not for prostitution. So P. Diddy's attorney said he paid the women for their time, not for their sex. Now, I'm going to venture to say with you, I think it's an interesting way of looking at that, because I've often heard you don't really pay a hoe for the sex. You pay the hoe to leave. You want her to get away and get out. Bye. I don't want you over here no more. Get up. That's what they say. They don't pay the hoe for sex. They pay the hoe to leave. And I could go down a road here, but I'm going to stay away, because I know I got a lot of women in this chat, and I don't want y'all to be throwing a whole bunch of tomatoes and eggs towards me. But, there are a lot of women who like, $100 bills left on the dresser after they done some stuff. There are a lot of women who trade off sex for gas bills and light bills and to get their car fixed. I'm just saying there are a lot of people trade off a lot of things. I'm just saying there are a lot of people who trade off stuff for Dooney and Burke bags. I'm just saying there's a lot of stuff that gets traded. Time spent. I'm not saying. Shout out to all of you that are supporting the show. Shout out to Miss T who started us off tonight. If for this particular show, guys, if I can get 4 more of you guys to do at least $10, we will have met our budget for this program. I got to come back tonight, and I'm gonna need 5 more of y'all to support the show. So y'all support the program. I know it's Tuesday, but I'm doing a pop-up show. Let's go. I'm trying to keep y'all up to date with some good information. Oh, we about to laugh in a minute. I'm hurrying on along because I got some video I need to show y'all. Okay, so let's go here. Highlighted the payments. So for the time spent. Now, also, they're saying, the defense said that Cassie had financial motives for what she was doing. Now I could, Leah, spend some time on this because Leah was talking about this on yesterday. This girl was too young to be fooling around with P. Diddy. She saw the money. She saw the fame. He was famous. You know what I'm saying? She was too young. From what I understand, she was 17 years old when she met this man. And so, the rest is all history, but let's go on. So let's talk about what actually happened in the court. Did I do that? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait. I did that. Did I type this in twice? Oh Lord, hold on. I think I put this in twice. All right. Let's talk about one of the witnesses. There was a guy that showed up. His name was Israel Flores. He was the LAPD and the hotel security. That's his name, Israel Flores. He responded to the 2016 hotel incident involving Diddy as well as Cassie. He actually is the person that witnessed the hotel hallway and the broken vase situation and the signs of the struggle. That was Israel who did that. And he said in court that Diddy's countenance was a devilish stare. He was just staring at him, looking real mean. So I didn't know that was illegal, but he had a devilish stare. Because I tell you, all of this is about the emotion of this. Now, we ain't heard no illegal activity yet, ladies and gentlemen. Just the devilish stare and just the stuff that they said. Okay, moving right along. He recounted seeing Cassie, who was cornered and frightened, according to him. She was cornered and frightened. Let's move on. He also stated that there was recorded and saved surveillance footage on his cell phone, and after the hotel security could not download it, so he actually recorded the situation on his cell phone. I don't know why the LAPD would be recording a private citizen on their cell phone. Now, see, here's the thing too. I just want to point this out. You ninjas don't want nobody recording y'all, but y'all gonna pull out y'all cell phone and start recording P. Diddy wrapped in a towel and Cassie. Okay, if that's what we're doing. So don't y'all be getting upset when somebody has to record y'all over some shenanigans that y'all do, because y'all swear up and down can't nobody legally record y'all when y'all working, or you trying to get us to go 6 blocks away like our cell phone cameras can't zoom in to see what the heck y'all doing. I'm just saying, I'm just pointing out the obvious, ladies and gentlemen. Don't get mad at the mailman. I'm just delivering the mail. This is what Israel Flores said, and I'm just trying to tell you what happened. So he saved it on his phone because they couldn't, of course, get access to the video. Whatever, moving right along. Noted that he was saying that Diddy pushed Cassie against the wall and was trying to call, and Cassie was trying to call somebody, I guess, on her phone. She didn't call the police, but it was a very severe situation, a very emotionally tied situation. Just because somebody has a fight in a hotel, that's not illegal. Just so y'all know, if he kicked her and she didn't call the police, as long as there was no police report filed, they're not going to consider that illegal, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just telling y'all, I'm just delivering the news because I'm trying to tell y'all this whole case has holes in it. So it is what it is. Moving right along, ladies and gentlemen, there was a male dancer who showed up. Yes, there was. He was, the guys that spend all their time at night, putting they stuff in a woman's face and going around in the circle. No lie. y'all know my brother was my youngest brother was a stripper. He passed away. But I used to mess with him all the time about, having to take his thing and rub it across, all of these women's faces and stuff. And we used to have a time. And actually, before he passed away, I had, he and I were going to get together because I was actually going to try to help him put together a calendar and make more money. Because I felt like, if you're going to do this stuff, this kind of brother I am. Now, don't tell nobody. Psst. Yes, I was going to help my brother in his business because I just felt like, he needed more money. He's very popular, very, very popular. If I showed you guys a picture of my brother, he was very, 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 very popular. I'm just going to put it to you that way. And wait a minute. I used to tell my brother, I would say, what are you doing? Like, because you have to know how that game works. Like, I don't have time. We'll save that on for tonight. I'll talk about that some more. I'm just trying to give y'all some more stuff. Yes, my brother was a stripper. Yes, he was. My father has all kinds of kids, preachers, strippers, nurses. My father had a lot of children. So we go across the board. Moving right along. I love my brother too. Shout out to you, Sean. Rest in peace. All right. Now moving right along. Maybe I might show y'all a picture later tonight if I can hit the budget. Because y'all know I ain't going to show y'all the proof of what I'm saying unless I can... Because I ain't gonna put my brother out there. I'm just saying. I just appreciate y'all. So y'all support the program. Shout out to Mary. Thank you so much for your support, Mary. If y'all help me meet the budget, I might show y'all the pictures tonight. Amen. Bless God. Moving right along. So the male dancer showed up. His name is Daniel Phillip. Daniel testified about the escort parties involving Cassie that started in 2012. So the freak-off parties with Cassie started in 2012. Shout out to K Rich for gifting one membership. I really do appreciate you. No, Heavenly Dove. I ain't giving you that information. Not right now. Not right now. Oh, he traveled too, by the way. My brother traveled the whole United States. I'm just saying. Moving right along. He did travel. He was in Virginia, actually, when he passed away. He was actually doing a show in Virginia when he passed away. Let me move on. Thank you so much for your support. Daniel Phillips also described some of the encounters in the hotels and some of the private locations with Diddy as well. He also went into graphic details about sexual acts, including baby oil, and also them people not using protection. So they was over there greased up and unprotected. My God from Zion. Leah. Can you hear me, Leah? They was unprotected, Leah. My God from Zion, Leah. I mean, listen here. These people, they love to live dangerously. These people love to live dangerously. Because y'all know I got a million stories, and my family, we run the gamut. I'm just saying. Moving right along. Now they mentioned, he mentioned some fear due to his Diddy's power and his possession. They also said that Diddy took his driver's license away. Oh my goodness. So when he grabbed my driver's license, oh my Lord, he took my driver's license. And when he took my driver's license, I was in such fear and I didn't want to go nowhere. So I kept on stroking because he took my driver's license. And that's why I kept having sex and I was all greased up. Because he took my driver's license. Never mind. He also said that he witnessed some abuse against Cassie. That's what the man said. He said he stopped his participation in the freak-offs because he didn't appreciate some of the abuse that was going on against Cassie. He said that Cassie would send explicit text messages, and Cassie was the one that was sending the messages to him to recruit him to come to the freak-offs. Now, ladies and gentlemen, is Cassie responsible for sending these text messages? Was P. Diddy putting a gun to her head, forcing her to send these text messages? I wonder how this is going to play out in court, ladies and gentlemen. Let's keep going. He also said that they were trying to recruit him for some other encounters and he didn't want to be bothered with it. Now, the defense attorney got up and they went after this man's credibility during the cross-examination. They went after him, and that's what they were supposed to do. They were supposed to go after his credibility. Now, I want to give you guys a couple of points. Number one, it seems like the jury was paying a hell of a lot of attention to this whole case. They said the jury was perked up, attention up. attention was through the roof. People were paying attention. Okay. And that's the kind of jury you want. You want a jury that's listening and paying attention. Okay. They said that the defense emphasized that the payments to the escorts were for their time spent and not for prostitution. And hey, if that's how we defining it nowadays, I'm okay with that definition. We give the hoes the money for the time they spend, not for the fact that they come in here and helping us relieve some stress and stuff like that. Because, and I say us because hoes come in all kinds of different fashions. You do know there are temple whores in the church. Are y'all aware of temple whores? If you've never heard of a temple whore, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here on the Mad Church Disease channel first. What is a temple whore? A temple whore is just a woman who gives it up to men in the kingdom. Hadabo say, Hidobo sai. You a temple whore because you only sleep with the men in the kingdom. They carry Bibles and 15-pound crosses. Some of them wear collars and some of them are up in the pulpit. You just give it up to preachers. So you're just a temple whore. Moving right along, ladies and gentlemen. The defense emphasized those payments and made sure that they stressed that very, very clearly. The opening statements were described somewhat monotone because I tell you that lady, Emily Johnson, they say Emily Johnson was boring as hell. Y'all hear me? They say she was just boring as hell. They say she read off that stuff, but that's how they said she read it off, and it was boring as hell. I'm just saying it was very monotone. They said that she was focusing on facts other than the theatrics, but if you just focus on facts that are dealing with the emotionalism of it, I don't know how much it's really steeped in facts. Now, this trial is actually stated, ladies and gentlemen, to last for 2 months. They're going to have multiple witnesses, and that's going to also include Cassie. Cassie did her testimony today, ladies and gentlemen. We will deal with Cassie's testimony later this evening. So if you are not hitting the like button, you're going to miss out. You need to subscribe to the Mad Church Disease channel. Please make sure that you hit all notifications because you never know when I might pop up to give you some information. This is going to be a definite interesting trial. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let y'all know I like to share some information and nobody else is going to share with you. So let's go ahead and let me share my screen. Let me share my screen. Hallelujah. I told you it was a complete circus, ladies and gentlemen. Let me show you who was outside the court.
We got Jaguar right at the case. They said you're supposed to be in this motherfucker.
So I'm up in this motherfucker.
You here. Wow. They done brought everybody. How are you?
The Jaguar Race Show. Here we
are. Oh, you got this of security too? Oh, wow. Jaguar came with security too.
Can y'all hear that? Ladies and gentlemen, Jaguar Wright made an appearance at the P. Diddy trial. Jaguar Wright was there with a very large gentleman. Jaguar brought her security because she said, I don't want y'all playing no games. Guess who also was outside of this trial, ladies and gentlemen? Black ass Tyrone Blackburn.
So I'm attorney Tyrone Blackburn, and we're not allowed to make any statements. So we're not saying anything.
This is Tyrone Blackburn talking with the braids right here. If you can't see him, this is him here.
Victims? Several victims. Okay. Thank you. What are you guys looking at?
Tyrone Blackburn.
How are your clients feeling?
Just answered her, and I told her they were not making any statements because of the back order.
Thank you.
Just answered her question and said that I'm not making any statements because of the back order.
I'm waiting for something. Y'all gotta wait. Something's about to be asked of him. Hold on to your horse.
How do you feel about people saying that you're a clout chasing lawyer?
Just like I answered that woman's question earlier, I'm not speaking as pursuant to the Jaguar.
So wait a minute, ladies and gentlemen. Armand asked him, so, well, how do you feel that some people say you're a clout chasing lawyer? His response was, like I told the other lady, I'm not answering any questions pursuant to this case. I'm not here to answer it because I'm not involved with this case. Well, why the hell are you there then, sir? With your clout chasing self. Now, ain't that Little Rod there? Ain't that supposed to be Little Rod? He ain't got no gag order. He ain't got no gag order. That's a lie, ladies and gentlemen. His case between him and that other man and P. Diddy was dismissed because they didn't even serve the people properly. I'm just saying. Now, y'all want to talk about a madhouse and what actually transpired outside the courtroom? I got to show y'all this because I thought this was hilarious. Wait a minute. Let me show y'all. I done hit the button too fast. Let me show y'all. Hold on. Let me share my screen. Let me share y'all. Let me share this with y'all.
You're the blue-eyed devil, motherfucker. You got it coming. You got it coming. You got it coming. You fucking blue-eyed devil. Got it coming. Hey, man. Where's my money? Where's my money? Where's my money? Thank you. Thank you. My first victim. I'm about to prove this homosexuality. I'm going to prove everybody that homosexuality is a sin against God. All right. You're doing business with him. What the fuck are you talking about? Who the fuck do you think you giving direct orders to? I can be as loud. I'm outside, white boy. You're the enemy. You're the blue-eyed devil, motherfucker. You got it coming. You got it coming. You got it coming.
I just had to show y'all that. Y'all forgive me. I just had to show you. You talk about the antics outside the courtroom of this P. Diddy situation, ladies and gentlemen. This is definitely going to be a show. Let me tell y'all something. I am so appreciative of every single one of y'all. Thank y'all for supporting the Mad Church Disease channel. Let me tell you something. If you are new to my channel, can y'all please make sure y'all hit the like button. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. I need to go and, of course, do some work. I'm just trying to keep you updated, and so that way you will know what's going on. And we're going to do this pretty much every day. Now, listen. If you guys continue to show up every day, I will continue to give you an hour synopsis of what's going down, give you the breakdown just like I just did. And I typically work really well at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So if y'all support the channel, I can come on at about 1 o'clock. I'll give you a breakdown for 1 hour, get you on, get you off, and you can go about the rest of your day until we meet together later tonight to discuss Cassie's testimony and what went down up in that darn courtroom. With Cassie. Cassie showed up today, ladies and gentlemen. She is pregnant. And there was some children in the courtroom. I need to talk about the children that was up in the courtroom. We need to talk about this because that's going to be something to behold. Ladies and gentlemen, shout out to all of you that are supporting the channel. Shout out to K Rich, who gifted a membership today. I want to thank you so very much for this particular episode. I want to thank Miss T, of course, who supported the show. I want to thank you so much, Mary, who also supported the show. Now I'm gonna go over to the other Cash App because I don't know if some of you went over there and did it, but I'm gonna go over there just to be on the safe side. And if you did it, all right. I got somebody else who went over to the other Cash App. Let me see who this was. All right. I got oh Lord, y'all want somebody say I want that stage name. Oh God. Oh Lord. Anyway, Dorel, thank you so very much for your support as well as the Mad Church Disease channel. Just want to let you know, and I'll give you guys all those details tonight. Hopefully these folks will help us meet budget tonight, and we'll make sure that we get that done. Shout out to all of you that are supporting the show. I appreciate that. So I will see you guys back here. It will be 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to talk about Cassie. We're going to talk about all the trending topics, and I will meet you guys back here later today. Thank y'all so very much. This case, I promise you, like I told y'all, this case is going to be very, very interesting, and these people better hold on to their horses, because this is going to be a whole bumpy ride, especially with Brian Steele on this case, ladies and gentlemen. With Brian Steele on this case, y'all, it's going to be a mess. Somebody said, let me see what she had former affairs swinging from partner to partner before P. Diddy. Oh, okay, before Diddy. Okay, so she was a young thought then, huh? Okay, well, see, this is what I like about it, because all that facts gonna come out. These people think they could just, say what they want and the people won't come back. Because see, this is another thing I wanted to say. Let me stick with y'all for just a minute. I done lost some people because I said I was leaving. Let me tell y'all something. When you go to court, all your stuff coming out too. That's why you can't be no nasty, unintegral person. Because when you are a nasty, unintegral person, your stuff is coming out too. That's all I'm saying. So y'all better hang on to your horses, because this is going to be a bumpy ride. And I anticipate a lot of facts coming out, and a lot of people are going to be mad. And I think those 4 black men, I'm sorry to tell y'all this, are going to be partly responsible with helping to get P. Diddy from, teeter-tottering with going to jail. It's going to be P. Diddy, it's going to be those 4 black men on that jury definitely keeping him from going to jail. And that's what I'm going to tell y'all as it relates to this particular case. And by the end of the day, I'm trying to tell y'all, ladies and gentlemen, everybody was greased up because they was all on the cocoa. Listen here. And P. Diddy's hair done turned as white as the powder he was sniffing. And let me tell you something else that I'm sick of. I'm sick of. I'm sick of these people with these darn drawings. I'm sick of them with these drawings. Well, Moni, I don't know if he gonna get locked up probably for them gun charges. But this sexual stuff is just to ruin his reputation and to ruin his brand. That ain't got nothing to do with this case, to tell you the truth. Because if you're putting men in jail for paying women for their time, then you're going to have to lock up a whole lot of Caucasian men in this country, because these people fly these women. And I told y'all the stories of what I experienced. They fly these women and these people all around the world for sex. Are y'all kidding me? Give me a whole hell of a break, because a lot of that is just dumb. It's just stupid. And I think this whole entire situation is just ridiculous. And we all are going to be able to see in a minute when all of the truth comes out. And Brian Steele if Brian Steele is involved, he is about to rip some people to shreds. You hear me? Because I saw him do it in that Fulton County case down there in Fulton County. And then people didn't know what to do. He frustrated the prosecution so much that the prosecution at the end of the trial couldn't even do the trial. They had to call somebody else in to do the trial, because the person was so, the prosecutor, Miss Love down there, she didn't know what the hell she was doing. And so, yeah. Now, Philip, I hope you're right. I hope it's 45. I really do. Because to tell you the truth, but Philip, I want to tell you, when I looked up the information on them gun charges, each one of them gun charges carries 10 years. I'm just saying. You're not allowed to carry a weapon with sawed off serial numbers. The minimum for each gun was 10 years. So the maximum he could get just for the gun charge is 20 years in jail. I'm just saying. And P. Diddy has done a lot of people dirty and wrong. I'm not trying to say like P. Diddy is innocent. Do I believe that he's just as guilty can be as far as them gun charges? He's guilty of having them freak offs, but that freak offs are not illegal as far as I'm concerned. Freak offs are not illegal. Freak offs are not illegal. Some of you done had some freak offs in your bedroom. I'm just saying, some of you done invited some people into your little situation, and you probably kicked them off some ends to just say thank you. Go help yourself, pay a couple bills, do whatever you gonna do. You done had some freak offs. If everybody's going to jail for the freaky stuff that they have done, we all gonna be locked up. We're gonna be locked up. I'm just saying. Knock it off, ladies and gentlemen. Knock it off. Knock it off. If you're drugged and you can't consent, freak offs are illegal. Well, I give you that, but you got to also prove that and prove that. You got to prove that. I'm just saying. Okay, I think my mouse is, I better change this battery. I can't even get your comment off the screen, Moni. No, well, it's still moving. So there we go. Lord have mercy. So listen, K-Riss said, my sins are in the sea of forgetfulness. I know that's right. Honda Bo-Sha. Of course she did. Of course she did drugs with Diddy. Of course she did. Philip. And thank you for coming over, Philip, and joining us today. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Of course she did, Philip. All of these people was doing drugs. She was a 17-year-old girl when she met the man. She had gotten used to the lifestyle. She liked the lifestyle. I bet you the dude she with right now ain't broke. I bet you anything she went after another dude with some money, which is wise, of course, because she's gotten accustomed to a certain lifestyle. And from what I heard, they said that her dude was supposed to be the one that convinced her to file a lawsuit against P. Diddy. And Philip, I don't know if you know this. I don't know if you have an answer for this, but somebody told me, and I read, and I need to find that out before tonight, that the money that he was going to pay Cassie, he withdrew that, and he didn't pay her any money yet because of this case. Somebody needs to confirm that for me also, because I thought I read that somewhere, and I need to go do some research, because I was told that he pulled back all that money. So that money ain't coming, and that money ain't flowing like they thought it was going to flow. I'm just saying that money ain't going to come like they think it's going to flow. But yeah, they all in love with the cocoa. And when you in love with the cocoa, you don't have the ability to say no. And when you can't say no telling what might be coming up in you, through you, and near you. So you're going to have to deal with all of that stuff and all of that lace baby oil and all of that other stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, P. Diddy, second day of his trial. This is the Mad Church Disease channel, and you know darn well don't nobody bring the madness like I bring. Thanks everyone for watching. Your support means the world to us. Please make sure that you hit the like button, and please make sure that you subscribe to the channel, and make sure you hit the bell icon, and make sure you press all notifications, so that way you will never miss any of the exclusive content that comes on my channel. Make sure that you never miss a video. Now, I try to go live every day about 2:30 Pacific Standard Time, which is about 5:30 Eastern Standard Time, and then I come back at night at around 8:30 Pacific Standard Time, which is about 10:30 Eastern Standard, with some more exclusive content. So if you want more Mad Church Disease show content, we'd love for you to become a member, a revolutionary member of our channel. Please make sure that you hit the join button that's right next to the subscribe button, or somewhere around here, so that you guys can receive access to special community posts. You guys get all of the access to my community only lives, because we've got some sipping chats that we're going to be doing, and you guys will get exclusive content. So just make sure that you head on over to the channel page, click on the join button, and make sure that you do that. Thanks again for watching. I appreciate your love and support, and I'll see you on my very next video.
We are Mad Church Disease, helping you understand that Jesus plus nothing is everything. This is a show for everyone, believers and non-believers, from churched to the unchurched. Help us grow the channel by supporting our non-profit causes and create more consistent content. Donate by Cash App or PayPal, or buy us a coffee at buymeacoffee.com.